when someone asks you a question in English in class or in a meeting or anywhere else, and you suddenly start translating from your native language to English, and you start panicking because you don't know the right translation, the exact words, and then you get all nervous and sweaty. All of this is happening just because of one thing: the fact that you are translating everything in English from your native language. I use this technique for 30 to 35 days every day, and it helped me immensely. It made it so much easier for me to start thinking in English, and that helped me a lot with my fluency. Hello beautiful learners, how are you today? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Zenith. Before we move on, shout out to all the people who have joined us today from Instagram. Welcome to the YouTube family. To all the people who are new here, I would like to tell you that on this channel, I help you become more fluent and confident in English like you always wanted to be. Today, I am back with a very important topic, that is how to start thinking in English. It is not an easy thing, and some people find it really difficult to do so because, well, English is not our native language and it is hard for us to stop translating everything. Today, I am going to teach you 3 techniques that are going to help you develop a habit of thinking in English. Now, these are the skills that helped me a lot in my journey, and I am sure that they are going to help you as well. So step number 1 is what I like to call a daily narration activity. In this particular step, what you have to do is, when you go to bed, when you're just lying down all relaxed, about to sleep, but you're not, that stage that is there, just take out 5 to 10 minutes and train your mind to think in English for those 5 to 10 minutes. Think about anything, what you did the entire day, what you could have done differently, something that you liked that happened, something that you did not like that happened, or you can plan tomorrow, for instance. I know this is not going to be easy because when you try to think in English, your native language is just going to creep in. Because it's natural, it is easier for us to think in our native language, but you have to train your brain, you have to tell your brain that you only have 5 minutes, and for these 5 minutes you are only going to think in English. And while you are thinking, I want you to think out loud. Don't think to yourself, think loudly. Talk to yourself while you're thinking. Step number 2. Think in English in your quiet moments, your alone time. For instance, when you have lunch or when you're just sitting quietly during the day, relaxed. Look around, just look to your surroundings and focus on anything. A friend, a partner, food that you're eating, people that you're seeing, and think about them. Think about them in English. For example, suppose you're eating Maggie during your lunch. So you can just start thinking, oh, I really like Maggie. What kind of Maggie do I prefer? I believe my favorite is Yippee noodles. I know this can be an unpopular choice, but I really like them. Anyway, form small sentences. Just point out at things randomly and make a sentence on them in English. This is going to help you practice thinking in English without making extra time for practicing, without taking time out from your schedule to specifically focus on this one thing. So this is something that you can do anywhere, anytime, whenever you find one quiet me time moment. Step number 3 is by far my favorite. It is what I like to call describe the picture activity. Some of you might have done this back in school, in which you're given a picture and you have to describe what is happening in the particular picture, what you perceive, what you think is going on. Take this picture for example. What do you think is going on here? There is no right or wrong answer. It's a beautiful morning. There's a girl sitting under a tree reading a book. There's a boy in red shirt walking his dog. Make small sentences like that and think out loud about them. Talk to yourself. Again, make sure you are alone and a lot of people are not around you when you are doing that, because they don't know what you're doing and they'll probably think that you are crazy. See, translation is not wrong for just one reason. It is not just that if you don't translate, then you are going to think in the language that you have to speak. So that will help you become more spontaneous and more fluent. It is also wrong because when we translate, we tend to translate everything in English exactly as we say it in our native language. For example, आपका शुभ नाम क्या है translates to what is your good name, or मैं, मेरा नाम, translate to myself somehow, and that is wrong English. It is just grammatically incorrect. So in order to avoid making these small silly mistakes, we need to stop translating. Trust me, this fear that you have when someone talks to you in English is going to go away, because now you are not going to translate. You don't have to translate everything in your head. Now you are going to just speak whatever you're thinking, whatever comes to your mind. And that is a beautiful feeling. It is going to take time, but it is a skill that can be learned, and with enough practice, I am sure you'll be able to do it. Yes, so I guess that is it. That is everything I wanted to tell you for today's topic. Now I have said it before and I'm going to say it again today, and I want you to repeat after me. You do not have to impress anybody. Their perception of you is not your reality. English is just a language and we are going to master it together.